Back again, another market update. This time we're gonna break down Bitcoin, some altcoins. I'm just gonna kind of go until I'm tired of it. It's not open format. We're just doing the thing. So let's get into it with Bitcoin. So I know a lot of people were bullish, especially on crypto Twitter. But in my 2 cents, that weekly moving average 200 right there, this blue line that we closed under here, but immediately went up. But we've been under this for the first time in history, really under it. And part of me just feels like this was a possible, bearish retest of this, depending what's going on in the markets. But I don't really know what's going on. Nobody else really does. If they tell you they do, they're kind of full of shit. And all we do is take our best guess as technical analysis. So let's mark out these important levels here on the monthly. There's a good strong zone right there. Like anything in this region is just a reasonable support and resistance area there. Let's mark this up right here. We're just going to focus on the action that's kind of around price right there. So here's current price. Let's drop down on the weekly. So look, that 50 right there, that MA50 on the monthly is essentially the same on this almost the same line of resistance on this weekly here on the weekly MA200. But I don't like that we're under this. If you go to the index, you can get a better view of this. And the MA200 on my screen is this blue line right here, and you could just see, I mean, we've had our times where we've flashed under it, but this right here, it just scares me that this could be a bearish retest. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't like that. I know on the daily we're over the MA200 on the daily, but I at least want to see that hold. Let's get back to this chart right here. Alright, so weekly level. In my previous Bitcoin review, I talked about this weekly MA200 and this line of resistance here and getting over these highs. I'm not feeling completely sold until we take out these highs and get over that MA resistance right there. Well, let's turn that to weekly. And I'm sorry if it gets to the point where there's a shit ton of lines on the chart, but that's just how it goes. I like that right there. So I mean, really, we want to take out these highs, but all we did was just come up, hit that MA200, hit this high resistance, and we're going down. Price hugs this 8 right here, and we flipped it, holding it as support. But if we lose this 34, lose this 8, I could just see this coming down. Totally reasonable. I don't think that's off the table. There's some weekly support and resistance there. somewhere around here. I count this. Probably count this instead. We can keep that line there as a reference point. Rejection, rejection, over, hold. Close below, played some games, rejection, rejection above. Yeah, we can just keep that line there. And then we can like trade that support and resistance on lower time frames, daily, 4 hour. Because if you see these daily, like the daily, how it plays on the weekly right here, I mean, it's just beautiful technical analysis. But I guess you really want to see this weekly hold on the daily for real. This region down here, I mean, we made the higher high. That daily, you kind of don't want to get down there. Get a close down here on the daily. But you know, it has that M to it. But we'll see. Realistically, I feel bulls need to make a stand here, if not make a stand here. Price action has been kind of wonky, and I haven't really been staring at it and bored. Part of the reason why I'm going into altcoins. But if you're looking on the 4 hour, I mean, outside of today, we can count today too. 3% price range. Just look at these wicks, just taking people out since Thursday. So price action's been boring. Jay Powell is currently speaking right now, so explains crazy price action like this. But I'm just curious to see what this thing does when it comes to life. If price comes down here, you really want to see this level hold. But on the 4 hour, I mean, we're just making that stair step pattern. We had that high, lower high, lower high. You know, not really under that MA on that 200. But I'm not trading it enough to look at it on that 4 hour. And even the daily's been kind of boring. You still see it's kind of wicky right here. But yeah, you really want to see that level hold on the daily and just build up if we're going to do this. Ideally, we see this weekly level hold down here. Worst case scenario, if anything. And I feel like the last stand has to be somewhere around this daily MA 200 in this weekly support zone down here. I was expecting to come and retest this when we came up here, but this thing is held pretty strong. But that's the level we want to see hold. So let's see what Ethereum is doing here. Ethereum held this monthly support. Very nice. Kind of played games here, but gave you that retest and came up. Very nice. EMAs are kind of in a pinch. Oh, my Bollinger Bands are off. That's super crucial. We got some lines of interest. I'm going to be a little bit quicker with these altcoins. Seems like we have a range here. This monthly level holding lower, lower, kind of topping off here with evening star spinning top. Let's mark that out. I mean, we're under the resistance right there. It's the weekly. Let's make that the daily. I mean, the weekly. Sorry. and it's just in this pinch right here. But if we lose this zone, this could easily dunk down here to this monthly support. I could easily see it come down here. And realistically, we just have this high, lower high, lower high. Kind of played games around here, rejected off the MA 50. But lose this, loses that 200, totally on the table. Realistically, all these altcoins, when I point out these levels, I'm going to have your upper level and your lower level, right? And you know I like to play it level by level. So if we take out this high and hold this, flip this MA, let's take a long. You know, slap one out of here for a situation like this right here, where we come up, come down, retest, whatever, take profit right there. That'd be a nice target if we can flip this and hold this level right here. But if not, I can easily see it coming down here, and you want to see these levels hold, if we're being honest, you know. Which on a weekly level, I mean, we could just keep that shade there. I'm a little laissez-faire when it comes to my TA and support levels. It's not necessarily a line, a region. Sometimes I just put a line for reference if there's like a midpoint. But I mean, you don't want to see that this weekly start closing below these levels. But I mean, realistically, if we're being honest, I really wanted to grab some Ethereum around this region. And if you've been watching my technical analysis, you know how I feel about certain regions. A lot of vaults tend to retrace around that 886 level zone. You can make that a buy zone. And I just feel if we lose this, you know, come down here, long-term bag accumulation, great deal, great prices again for the long term. But anything in that green box on Ethereum, I'm super interested in. Now, if Bitcoin holds strong, I expect alts to hold strong. I know I've been a fan of one leg down with Bitcoin. I'll throw up that green box here real quick on Bitcoin, not to backpedal. But I've always been a fan of buying Bitcoin in this green box region. I wrote an article, my friend Infrared, that's on my pages. I posted that before. I don't know if anybody read that, but I go over the Bitcoin halving theory cycle, give my thesis on that. That green box, I feel like 17,000, that 10,000 region, somewhere in between there. It gave us that opportunity to buy it for some time, a nice little dip, long-term buying. I mean, arguably, in my opinion, you can make the case once you're under the golden pocket, that 618 region, it's a long-term steal. You know, people go crazy over a TV that they want being 50% off, let alone one of the best performing assets of the past decade. But that's neither here nor there. So I guess if we're talking about price levels, me personally, if you're holding it true to what I've been saying, anything in that 10,000, 10 and a half, 17 and a half thousand region is a long-term steal in that green box. And if you've been with me, you know I've said that before. Ethereum, anywhere between, 620, 1100, around there, steal, long-term steal, in my opinion. So if Bitcoin's going to take another leg down, I'm filling my holding bags in this green box again. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's check out BNB too. Now, a lot of these altcoins that I'm going to go over, I don't hold. I love Bitcoin. I love Ethereum. Definitely hold some BNB. That's about all I'm going to feel comfortable saying with my chest. The rest is for you to figure out. I'm just kind of doing the TA on it. And none of this is financial advice. You know, after all, disclaimer. You know, it's all for the love of for the hustle. But let's mark BNB. This has been holding up pretty strong, if we're being honest, compared to the rest of the altcoin market. But if Bitcoin takes a leg down, or if we get some strong Binance FUD, there's been a lot of Binance FUD going on, and I don't buy that shit. I mean, totally reasonable. Now, see, this is damn well below there. There's just no air here. 95%, yeesh. But you know what? Let's just mark out the green box and just see if it lines up with support, resistance. So I know I do have these lining boxes, but these green boxes that I'm putting here are like long-term buy zones that I'm interested in. Rejecting this like support and resistance cluster. Same thing on the weekly, we rejected it. Just came up to those highs right there. I mean, it's kind of choppy. It did reject this clean off this high. But I mean, we're just in a range. I don't mean choppy, I just necessarily mean a range. This weekly range, you don't want to break down below here on this weekly level. If Bitcoin goes down, you want that weekly to hold. Let's get rid of that fib so it's a less lines we're looking at. There we go. So we got that monthly like support and resistance level, rejecting the 50. Haven't came and hit that 200. So this 200 to me, this is it looks like we're pinching between the 50 and the 200 MA on the weekly, right? We have this range that we're chopping in here. Looks like we close below this monthly support and resistance level, and we have these weekly MAs all here pointing down, you know, rejecting that. Totally reasonable to come at these lows here, and BNB wise, you want to see those levels hold. If not, I mean, shit. There is just, look at this air. I know that green box is that 886 level, but shit. I mean, there's just no, even on the 3-day chart. Incredible run. I have a friend who bought this at $8. Incredible run. I mean, it's not much, but you kind of got to pray that, this daily region would hold. definitely. And that's like it on the daily. I don't like the fact that there isn't like really a higher time frame support there. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, you saw on the weekly, the monthly. Man, I mean, I believe in BNB. I don't think Binance is going anywhere, and I believe a lot of the stuff out there is just FUD until proven otherwise. I mean, CZ, I feel like he's never really done the game wrong. I just don't like that there's like that fib down there, high time frame support, like non-existent. I mean, if you want to be at the same time, it's like, do I see that going down? The only way I see, in my opinion, and first of all, I feel like it's a little bit ridiculous when people make price predictions. I don't want to like step into that nasty habit. Just where that green box is in that 886 zone that works on Bitcoin well, Ethereum well, that I've broken down before, especially in that Bitcoin halving cycle theory article. I just don't see it coming down there unless we get some Binance FUD. But you have your green box, your zone to play, which is typically a good buy, $85, 158.3 on BNB. Some daily support, 137 region, $68 region, 32.43 region on the monthly support and resistance level. So, yeah, potential's right there. Definitely something to keep eye on. Since I hold BNB, definitely will be keeping an eye on that. XRP. Moving on. Jesus, what a crazy wick. Doesn't show up on Bitstamp though. That is a crazy wick. Like, what does that even mean? Fuck it, whatever, we're here. Monthly support. I mean, high time frame looks like it's kind of in a range here. Look at that, beautiful. Very nice. I mean, you want that to hold. I feel like if we take a strong leg down, maybe we get those low ball bids. Some monthly zones under the weekly 200. Riding the 8, bear cross. I could see this going down. We have this high, lower high, holding these lows. Want that weekly to hold or sayonara. You got some resistance, so watch price right there. Feel like maybe if we can get up over here again, we come for these highs at least. I don't know how I feel about XRP though. For funsies, I do hold a small bag of it, and I got it super cheap. ADA. Oh man, just going down. Going down. If I'm an ADA, I would love to get in a position I would love to, because right now the market's shaky. I like this setup right here where if we can take out these highs, come back up here and hold this, I'm down to take a nice little long here on ADA. Only if we get up there. I don't like we're rejecting that. We do have a little bit of support right here. And then you have your last stand there with ADA. Not much data on Binance chart at least. I guess we can see if we can oh, that's Coinbase. Binance. There is more history. I was about to say that looks like not nearly enough. Okay, alright. Got some monthly levels. Got some down here. Alright, so there's some monthly levels. Weekly, same as that other chart. You want to get up over this. I mean, if not, why can't you tag that monthly, you know? This monthly level down here. But that's like if Bitcoin's going down, the rest is going to go down. So, sorry, I don't make the rules. The market just follows Daddy Bitcoin. That was a good time to get into a short under here. Maybe we come and test this monthly support and resistance 8 EMA zone right here. Let's see how it is on the daily. Just look at, I don't know, I just love the TA. Holds it, closes below, rejects it. Seems like we're holding a daily level right now. But lose that. At least come down to this 27 cents area. Maybe tag a short up here on the 8 on the daily at this monthly support and resistance. That could be a good short right here. little 4%, oh no, 6% move. All day, take that. On the way down, if you got a short here, 22%, 36%. Got some take profit levels on a possible short scenario here on ADA. It's just looking like, you know, we took out that high, came back below, up thrust, rejection, down, broke that high, 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 lower low, higher high. So look at that, from low to high. It already retraced. %. You know? Maybe I'm, you know, that's why I think like I'm not too crazy thinking that I think Binance is stronger from a business wise and with the BNB chain. You know, it's got a lot going on for it, but from all-time high, 92% down puts you around that red box. I just feel like, you know, am I that really crazy to be like, oh shit, Binance can come all the way down here, 95%? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna blow your bullhorn and just make it seem like shit's all good. You know? But that's ADA. Those are some levels marked out there. Matic. Alright, well, first of all, you want that monthly to hold. Support, close below, rejection, close above, support. Little shooting star pattern here. Just a long-legged doji possibly, and all we did was come and retest that high. Man. Look how the weekly close above, hold, close below, played some games, played clean that monthly, but not on the weekly. Close above, hold. You want this monthly to hold. Faux show. You want this monthly to hold. And if we're being honest, that's a level on the weekly too you want to hold. I mean, shit. Wrong line. I mean, if Bitcoin's gonna drop, you know, like, just why can't it go down there? At least want to see these levels hold, this monthly support and resistance hold. If you can hold that, great. We're above the 200 on the daily. Broke above it, never came in retest. Maybe if we lose that monthly support region. You know, it's not all doom and gloom over here. I'm just kind of keeping it. Look how this is lining up here. You know, this move's kind of slow. If we were to lose this level. Maybe we just come in, it's just a bullish retest, a bullish throwback of a daily support and moving average. But look how these are starting to curl. Look like they're curling down. Bear cross 8 through the 34. 34 is getting kind of close to that 50. That could be enough pressure to come down. Now, EMAs are lagging indicators. I do take them with a grain of salt. But this is, we're now under, on the daily, the 50. Crossed over it. January 10th. Under it now, March 3rd. Is this the bearish retest? Isn't it crazy how on a lot of these higher time frames, a lot of things look like they're starting to do their bearish retest? I don't want to run the bull parade, but long story short, long-term bull market, just to circle back here, I'm not bullish until we take out this MA200 and these weekly highs here on Bitcoin. Then I'm down to say that the party can start. Man. It's a hell of a drop. But I mean, higher high, higher high, higher high. This is the weekly. Kind of want to see that level hold for sure. If not, it's totally reasonable to come down here, watch price action, maybe catch a bid for a long. But if Bitcoin's going down, remember, the rest is going to go down. Break below here, Bitcoin's going down, catch that retest down. Doge. Let's see if we can go off the Coinbase chart. I'll tell you what. As much as I hate this shit coin, it's holding up better than I thought it would. I mean, it's at that 886 region. Holding this. Weekly. Alright. Got a little bear cross action here. Death cross. The 50 on that 200. Okay. All right. Ideally, Doge, you want that weekly to hold, or oof. I just feel like there's nothing here holding it. Man, if we get one leg down, I feel like there's just so many people bullish on Twitter that are ignorant bullish about it. And don't get it twisted. Long-term Bitcoin, I am such a bull, it's knocking futz. But if we get one leg down, I could just see there's just some projects where there's just nothing but air down there. Now, can they build support? Absolutely, they could build support somewhere in there, but there's just nothing but air down there on a lot of these. And we're under a lot of these moving averages. Oh no, Doge, no, look is so good. High, lower high, lower high. Definitely want them lows to hold. Yeah, I'd be looking on that weekly level. Soul. Holy shit. Trash that chart is. Alright, there's some monthly levels. Above, close below, rejection, rejection, have yet to come down here. Yeah, I tried telling my friend, I really thought with that whole FTX debacle that it would have went down to $5, but one leg down, one more leg down on the market, why not? Come on, give me that horizontal, there we go. Am I not clicking that? Am I tripping? Weekly. I mean, that weekly resistance there rejected that hardcore, so I feel like totally reasonable to come down to this weekly level here, especially if Bitcoin's going down. Notice how I keep reiterating that. So there's some levels on Doge that I'd be keeping an eye on. Dot. They're all Coinbase charts, so the data just sucks. Binance has more data for higher time frames. Oof, rejecting that. I'd be let's delete that. Monthly. Took this out on the weekly. Maybe you catch a bid. Retest of this 8, close below, retest of this 8, monthly support and resistance level on the weekly, and catch it down. Lower high, lower high. A lot of stuff just doesn't really look the best. Maybe we just come trend lines I don't really use as a solid support and resistance, because you could easily come retest this down and prices going down. I like to play it on the horizontal. So maybe we come and test this trend line, and then with dot here on the weekly, I keep clicking the sentiment one. Get a retest of this horizontal. I mean, I guess you want to see weekly recapture this monthly support and resistance in this 8 right here, how price likes to hug it. Perhaps going up here was a little bit of a deviation. But I guess you'd want to catch a bid down here. Just for a long, maybe a little bounce. Alright, well, first off, on the weekly, broke through this 200, bearish retest. You want to see that support hold. We're going lower. Matches up on the monthly too. Yeah, you want to see that hold. Perhaps the evening star, evening doji star on the monthly, depending on how that closes out in 24 days. Swing failure pattern took out the highs on these MA 200. That was a beautiful short right there. I mean, textbook. Weekly right there. I mean, you could even do a box with a zone. I mean, I just love how this bearish engulfing at the high did have a bullish engulfing on that candle, but rejection at this 200 took out these highs and just went below. That's beautiful. Textbook. I guess eyes on this daily level for Litecoin. I mean, we're playing hold it, respect it, holding it right here. A lot of things are over their daily MA 200s. Let's see, when we get there, we gotta keep eyes on it. Let's just see. Definitely want that daily to hold, or I to see at least coming down to this weekly support and resistance zone. SHIB. Let's I can't believe this is on Coinbase. Not much going on. I mean, lowball bid, if you can get one there, that could be a good one. I mean, that's just me talking in from a TA sense. Weekly trend line. Reject it, close above, retest. This is the weekly. This like evening doji star, gravestone. I can see SHIB coming. Retest this weekly, this 8 further down movement. You know, maybe on the daily, we trade in this weekly range. But well, we're at the 200 on the daily. If we close below that, I could just see that being a Dunkin' Donuts scenario. This thing could go to Goblin Town. Yeah, I mean, we have like a daily support and resistance there. Give me that. Daily. And it's basically in line with this 200, so just a lot of things. Long story short, a lot of things look like they could go down, potentially. I feel like I'm running out of gas here just going through this. This is why I just kind of look at my 3 things and just call it a day. You know? know what, for my buddy Derek, let's look at Gala. We'll end on Gala. We'll end on Gala. Is there one with like more data? Alright. Let's work with what we got. So there's a monthly zone right there. Man, I just don't like, you want to get over that monthly and this 8 right here. I mean, there's really not enough data. The weekly 50. Yeah, there just really isn't enough data. You want to see it get over that monthly. I feel like that's all I'm like pulling from this. I guess weekly. Man, this is hard to chart, I feel. Guess that's a weekly spot. We're holding weekly support right here. Daily high, lower highs, making lower lows. Yeah, this chart ain't looking too hot. I guess bull perspective, right? At your daily support and resistance. You don't want to lose that. Last stand, you don't want to lose this weekly. So let's see if there's anything OBV is saying. Nah. Damn, that's a bearish divergence. Where are my arrows? So you have this right here, right? See how that's going down? But closing price at this peak rises with that closing price. So that's a slight one. And price drops. Now you have this peak, that peak, that peak, that peak, that peak. This one is rising, this is falling. So it's almost like you have like two divergences playing here. Or I mean, I guess you could even look at it from the sense of, let's look at this and this. This is higher than here. This is one big slant. This is down. You want to see this daily and this daily 200 close. If not, this thing looks like it could go down. In fact, I'm kind of in favor of it going down because volume precedes price, and that divergence, we'll see. You can keep an eye on that divergence to see if it invalidates. You know what? That's it. I gave an hour, some charts. Hopefully, I covered something that you're looking at. I kind of keep a watch list on the popular ones. Feel free to reach out to me, Sir William. Honorable Assets, A Beginner's Guide to Cryptocurrency is out now on Amazon, written by yours truly and Crypto Reek. Our group is open too, if you're interested in that, our mentorship program where we break down some educational videos. But you can find me on everything at Sir William. Hopefully you learned something, broke down some levels. I'll never be one to tell you 100% where things are going. I could just give you my best guess and reason. Reach out to me if anything. Like I said, our Beginner's Guide to the World of Cryptocurrency is out now on Amazon. And that's it. I hope you have a good day.